I guess you call this a gambling video, if you want to call it that. So this is something you can only do in Expedition League, since we do know from GGG that Expedition will not be in 3.16. Possibly the future you can do this. So I pretty much knew this was going to happen since we saw the beginning of this league. I just didn't know when or how I was going to do this. And what we're talking about here is some good old Tujen gambling here. So this took about 3 days to get all this together. We're going to take 1,000 exchange coins versus Tujen and see if we can make money or if we're going to absolutely destroy our currency here. And this is not a cheap gamble at all. We have 1,000 of these, 2,800 of these, over 2,500 of these, over 50,000, over 2,000. I'm probably gonna have to buy more of these reroll currencies. To be honest with you, I don't think this is enough whatsoever. And we're gonna pretty much see is everything we get from Tujen, we're gonna throw into this project tab. I got 3 dump tabs here with one big one. You know, currency tabs, divinations, all that stuff going across the board. So everything's going to go into here. We'll use Excellence to price everything out. If Excellence doesn't price anything, we'll do it separate and just see at the end, what do we get? How is this going to end up being? I hope good. So the breakdown for this is pretty expensive. This is pretty much all bulk prices. Nothing is single only. I just went straight up 1,000 of almost everything and see what came up as bulk. So it's about 6 exotic coins, or no, 1 chaos for 6 exotic coins, about 165 lesser for 1 chaos, 42 commons for 1 chaos, 33 graders for 1 chaos, and 5 grands for 1 chaos. So it's expensive. And then pretty much I just took 1 divided by 165, and that's how it gave me all these crazy numbers. So these might not be 100% accurate, but it should be close. And if I have to buy any more throughout the 1,000 rerolls, I'm going to add it to this so we can see if it changed at the end. And also at the end, if anything is left over, we're going to minus it out from these at the end to see only of what we actually spent for this project. Just to get an idea that way. So the exotic coins cost me about 6,000 chaos. I bought them all in exalts though, so it's probably actually cost me a lot more. Lessers are about 1,600 chaos, almost 1,700 chaos. And I do have a couple extra in another tab. That's why the number's a little bit over on these two. The commons, it's about 1,100 chaos. Greater blacks, about 800 chaos. Grands, about 500 chaos. And I'm probably going to have to buy a lot more of these two, I'm pretty sure. So altogether, it's over 10,000 chaos we're spending on this, which at today's ratio of 130 to an exalt, it comes out to be almost 78.5 exalts we're spending on this. So I'm hoping to make more than 78 exalts on this. We should though, based on how I've seen it going. This is including all the bubblegum currencies, you know, the amount of stacked decks we're going to see from this. I'm expecting to see maybe over 1,000 stacked decks by the time we're done with this. Maybe we'll open them. It's questionable, but we're going to see. So I'm not going to go through and torture you guys with this. It's going to be pretty much sitting here just hitting the exchange. And I'm going to pretty much do it based on having this open next to me for the ratios to see when things go up here, what they are actually worth the price or not. If they're not worth the price, I'm just going to skip them automatically. But pretty much, what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to do the first, like maybe the first one, and then we'll cut it, and we'll come back with the results. So you guys have to sit here for 8 hours watching me re-roll these nonstop. Even on the fast forward version, it's still not worth it. So we'll do the first one together, and then everything else we'll come back at the second part of the video.
Always love these.
But like this, like, you know, 52 for 1 is not even a chaos.
Little bit on the low.
So like, yeah, the little ones, if it's under 165, that's not even a chaos. Like, that's not even 1C.
Pleasure doing things.
That's not even 1 chaos.
Fair enough.
That's like a 1 chaos.
Okay.
Less now. And I don't know the price of all these also. And commons 42. That's 2 chaos for 20. I think that's okay.
Not happy about it, but not grumpy.
Torment's trash, and that's trash. And we'll just keep going and, you know, get the picture.
Coins,
So I'll cut the video here so you don't bore you guys, and then we'll come back, and for you a couple seconds, for me about 8-9 hours of doing this, and we'll see the results. Okay, so we finally finished the 1,000 exotic coin rolls. It took a lot longer than I expected. About 8 hours. 9 hours with having to keep buying more currency. But it was interesting. I mean, it was fun. Would I do it again? Maybe if I kept using the actual currency I got from it right away, putting stuff up for sale, stuff like that, I would consider it, but not the way I did it. We had to buy so much more currency to keep going, to the point where I was selling anything I had just to be able to afford it, because it got a lot more expensive than I thought. So we used Excellence to price out what it did. Excellence is a hit or miss. It doesn't calculate everything, so I just went with it. I'm pretty sure the number down here is not fully correct. This is just what it said, about almost like 16.5 thousand chaos from doing this. Is it accurate? I hope. But this is pretty much pretty much what we got. We got a lot of stacked decks. Excellence has the exact number on this. You know, all the cluster jewels. We have the spell damage ones, the 8 passive minion ones, which are good. 2 of them. I don't think I put 2 of them on there. Hold on a second. Sheep will fail. Nope. 2. There we go. 112. Someone told me to get the 12 one, so I did. It's not worth anything. Like 1 chaos one. So pretty much the chaos and the 2 minion ones were the big money ones. And the totems. But like here's some herald with minion they're worth a little bit. A bunch of minion life ones. Some 6 ones too, just for fun. They're not worth anything. We had 3 totem ones and 1 6 totem one. So totem ones were big money. Crit or AoEs, flash effects. A lot of non-curse. We had 2 4s, 3 5s, and 4 6s. And some of these cluster jewels are at level 86, between 40, like a bunch of them are 84 to 86. You know, crit strikes, a random projectile one, a bunch of incubators that were actually worth picking up. These were in excellence. Almost pretty. We could have had the 4 simulacrum. I just, at the very end, didn't feel like going on and buying more grants since I didn't have any more. So I skipped the 50 that I saw at one point. We had 6 Shaper, or 6 Elder Guardian maps. These are not calculated into this number, so I had to calculate them separate as 20 chaos each. Pretty much, these are all the gems. We got 2 Enlightened gems. We got 1 21-23 Ray Spectre, a 21-20 Shield Crush. These were the only big gems. Then like a 120 Hatred, a Cyclone, 123, 21 cast damage taken, a 21-17 Zombie, Inspiration Report, Cruelty, increase crit strikes, melee. You know, like these aren't gonna be worth a whole lot. Purity Fires were something. But like the biggest ones is the Ray Spectre and Shield Crush and the Enlightens. A bunch of contracts. These are all deceptions, perception, and lockpicking. These are the most expensive ones, so those are the ones I only focused on getting. A nice chunk of markers. Could have been a lot more. I just went with whatever's cheaper. And the blueprints. These were actually the only ones I saw in the whole entire thing that were not enchanted base. So like 1 gem, 2 replicas, and 6 trinkets. Currency, 18 exalts, 1700 chaos, a lot of jewelers, fusings, and chromes. You know, a lot of scourings. I kept just buying those when I saw them. 32 ancient orbs, 400 regrets, a lot of sextants, the 9 divine orbs. The exalts, the highest I saw a lot of single exalts. We only saw 1 5 exalts out of the whole entire thing. I saw no 3s. And a lot of exalt shards. That's pretty much it in that one. Maps, these were not calculated into excellence for some reason. But 5 Shaper maps we pulled out all the Elder ones. And then we also got one Cortex early on. And we got one rewritten map and one twisted map. No divination cards in this whole entire thing. Oils, 3 black. Nothing really there at all. Essence, we could have picked up easily over 30 spites. I just was trying to prioritize Scorn over anything. So we got 36 Scorns. But these are definitely something you can easily skip. I just got these if I feel like crafting a necklace or not. Fragment tabs. I only picked up Ignorance because it was the most expensive one. And the hardest one to come by. Not a whole lot of ritual vessels because they're not worth buying. A nice chunk of the four ways. Apparently this one does not exist. We never saw a single shard from it during the whole entire thing. Almost a Shaper and Elder set. Breaches. 2.5 Chilulus, 3.5 Yules, 8.5 Esh, 9 Tools, and 7.5 Exoff. Pretty good. Scarabs. A lot of Blight. A lot of Metamorphs, Legions, not much Breaches in there, Harbingers, some Sulfites, random Abyss ones, but mostly it was a lot of Breaches. Blights kept coming up a lot, so whenever I saw Blight, it was easy buy, 8 chaos profit almost every time. Fossils, we found 4 of these. I did see one of these ones, but I wasn't going to pay what they wanted for it. It was way overpriced. 40 perfect fossils, 90 jagged, 158 dense fossils, 12 bounds. You see a lot of Aetherics for a lot less than 4 chaos each. And you see a lot of dense and jagged, like the 3 highest ones I kept finding. But none of the 1, 2, or 3 sockets, only 4s you can get from this. Catalyst, I saw prismatic once, and I saw a little bit of fertile, but they are very rare to find. And that's it with that, really. So, with excellence, hold on, sec decks. So, there is 3,204 stacked decks right here. It's a lot. And the price they have them at is 1.4. I can easily probably get 2 chaos each on these if I want to. But it was like 4,500 chaos alone just on stacked decks from this. So, stacked decks are really good. You're going to see a lot of them while doing this. And then pretty much, I actually have the breakdown here. So on the tab, this is the cluster jolts tab. The stuff didn't count. Like I said, the large 8 was 55, the large chaos 50, the herald 20, a lot of 10s. The totem was 25 for the base. The non-cluster 6 passive one was 35 each. All in all, almost 700 chaos is not bad for cluster jewels. The blueprints, like 700 chaos pretty much for all of them. Mainly the deceptions was like over 200 chaos. Almost an exalted perception. Not a whole lot of lot picking. They're just something that people do like. Blueprints were nice. This is the map tab. I just went 4 chaos on all the maps. I don't know what they're worth. Could be off, maybe more or less. Who knows? Shapers, like 60 chaos. Elders go for 20 chaos each because I sold all mine off to actually start affording currency for this. And like the 3.8 Exalt Cortex, the 50 Twisted Memory, and the Rewritten 65 for some reason. So the Cortex map was a really nice surprise to see early on. So taking these 3 plus the excellence. So like I said in the beginning, I'm probably gonna have to up the price I originally started with, and I did definitely. So we didn't actually. It's not 16. Let's do it to 18 actually. So like I said in the beginning, I said like I was like 70 exalt or so. Yeah, now we're at 96 exalts with the amount of stuff I had to keep buying. So I ended up having to have a total of 111,000 lessers, 91,000 commons, 61,000 graders, and 9,000 grands that I had to pretty much have a total to do all this. a lot more than what I originally thought it was going to be anywhere near. And this is what I had at the end. I got a little bit left over. Not much at all. This is what I had. This was how much chaos there are. But about 91 chaos still left over from this. Yeah, not a lot. But all in all, it was about 12,000 chaos on 12. I say 12.5 thousand chaos, which at the ratio when I started this project, it was 130 to chaos to 1 exalt, and now it's 135. So I'm just gonna keep it how it was. So it was roughly about 96 exalts, 96.6 exalts, just on the currency stuff. A lot more than I was hoping for. And all in all, excellence, we got about 6, like I said, 16, all that. So between all the tabs, if excellence is correct, I'm hoping it is, it's about 18,000 chaos altogether we made. Which, minusing those two out and also adding the 91, which we can sell these stuff back off, we made about 6,000 profit. Is it good, to be honest? Maybe not the best, to be honest, I would say. You know, 6,000 chaos is nice. Is it worth 8 hours of your time? Probably not. Which comes out to be a 47.5 exalt profit from doing this. I was expecting a lot more. But, you know, 47 exalts profit is not bad. You know, if you add the two together, that's like 150 exalts altogether I can get if I sold everything off. So it's not too bad. Almost, I mean, it's like, what, quarter or 3/4 of a mirror. So it's not too bad. If I was going to redo this in the future, I would go in with more of these currencies, definitely. And also, as I was doing this, so like when the exalts come in, the chaos, all like, well, wrong tab. Like all this stuff comes in, I would just be flipping this for more currency. That would be the smartest way of doing it. So you don't have to sit there like I didn't have to find anything to sell off. Because if I did this and kept selling like this stuff off very quickly, I can just keep going with this stuff and just keep buying more and more and more and never really running out. That's the way I would do this if you're doing this not as a project thing, but as more just for yourself. And just keep having the tabs up for sale. So as you keep getting stuff in, things just keep selling and you just keep buying over and over because it's real easy to buy them. People sell them very quickly in bulk. So it was a very quick message, 1 or 2 people, and I was buying them right away. So it did work out for me. But it was fun. I'm not going to open all this. I'm just going to sell them all for 2 chaos each. And the rest of this I'll probably just sell everything. I'm going to keep some macrams for myself, but probably use all this. But we're going to definitely sell off everything else. And probably start working on endgame grind challenges at this point of the league. I'll make a build guide of this probably coming up next. Where it's at now. But hope everyone liked the 1,000 exotic coin gamble. This will be a 3.15 only since this will not be in 3.16. I mean, you can do the this version too, just costs a lot more. And I'm not doing Gwen because I don't like her. But hope everyone liked the video. If you'd like to see, subscribe down below. Come follow me on Twitch. And I hope if you did the any gambles with exotic coins, you got something good, put in the description below so other people can see. And it was fun to do. This was probably our big gamble of the league, unless someone has anything they want me to do. But please let me know. But hope everyone liked the video. Hope to see you on the next one.